Shabbat shalom, everybody. Hope everyone is doing well. I just wanted to make a quick post here, or a quick video in regards to my post that I put up earlier. I don't know what's going on with some of y'all, or some of you brothers. I'm totally like taken back here, especially the brothers that are on my page, because most of them are up and up. They're on point. I don't ever have any problems with them. So I'm not even going to say it's probably them. I'm not even going to say it's them. But I am getting these random brothers that are jumping on my Kevin Samuels post that I put up, causing debates and arguments. And that's not a man versus woman debate. That's not a man versus woman post. That's a woman versus the Queen of Heaven's post. That spirit that's resting in some of our men, like Kevin Samuels. So that's not a post that's directed toward the men that walk with the Most High, who are exemplifying the spirit of masculinity and exemplifying the spirit of Yahuwah. Okay? Which I find the ones that do walk that way, they're not even offended by it. They're in agreement with it, because they can tell and sense the spirit of a feminine man, a homosexual, or a man that has feminine-like ways. The real men can sense that. But what's puzzling me is that I'm getting some other men that are on here that's attacking me and attacking other women and attacking other people for agreeing with the post. You acting like a woman. You're acting like that spirit that I posted about, which is the Queen of Heavens. Like, I don't quite understand it. It's kind of crazy to me. I mean, if we say that we are the children of the Most High, then we should understand that we cannot be taking advice from people that do not even know the law, statutes, and commandments of the Most High, that are not the least bit interested in walking in the way of truth. This is why the word tells us to try the spirit to see if it be of the spirit. And if I can sense a feminine spirit in a man or a masculine spirit in a woman, I will not listen to them. Period. I won't. I don't care what may be coming out of their mouth, if it's right or if it's not right. I'm not listening. Because why? That spirit of the Queen of Heavens hates women. Okay? And it hates men. And there have been men that have been possessed by that spirit, has caused them to pull themselves into homosexuality, and also are behaving like women, who are giving advice to men who are straight, who may be having relationship problems. And these men are listening to this man like he's the Most High speaking himself. Something's wrong. Something's wrong with that. This man has more sugar and feminine-like mannerisms than me, and I'm a woman. Can you not see that there's something wrong with that spirit? This is why the Most High said in his word, he hates an effeminate spirit. Why? Because the effeminate spirit is not the masculine spirit of the Most High. The Most High is not sitting up posing and taking pictures squatting with his booty stuck out. The Most High is not sitting up taking pictures and holding his hand back in a feminine mannerism like a woman. That's not his nature. And if a man was created in the image of the Most High, then he should be representing that. That's what we need to be seeing. Not these sissy acting men who have 24/7 dedicated themselves to calling out everything that's wrong with a black woman. This is crazy. That spirit wants you to hate women, so eventually you will prefer the company of a sexual relationship with a man. If you don't see the motive and behind what these people are doing, then you need to wash the salt out of your eyes. There's motive to these people. This is why, I'm going to tell you something else. This is why I don't even watch the Lifetime channel. The women's channel, I don't watch it. You know why I don't watch it? Because that channel provokes the hatred of men. That's what, in women, they want you to be mad and angry all day at men. It wants you to feel like a man is not worth your company. It wants you to feel like every man is a lying, cheating nigga that ain't about nothing, that leaves his wife, that beats his wife. That's why I don't even watch that channel. I haven't watched the Lifetime channel for women in probably, I know, 21 years. Because I didn't want that spirit to brood in me, to take root in me. Even if I see that there are women that are on my timeline that are continually male bashing, I won't listen. I will block them. I will block them because that's a spirit of the Queen of Heavens. She wants to be the head bitch in charge. Whether she got to rule that spirit in a man or in a woman, it doesn't matter where it's coming from. So please understand. I don't play that kind of stuff. I don't operate in that spirit, and I don't care who it's coming from. If I see a brother that's continually talking about what a woman needs to do, a woman ain't this, a woman ain't that, you women bashing, I block you too. And you know why I block you? Because you both, as men and women, refuse to accept that the Most High said that both of us were going to be in these curses, and that both of us were going to have an evil eye against each other. So some of you are working and operating in the spirit of an evil eye against your sister and against your brother, against the woman and against the man. And we got to stop this. This is why I can freely speak on this issue, because I have love for my brothers who are of the spirit of the Most High Yahuwah and not the spirit of acting like a sissified woman. I love you all to death. Trust me. I love the spirit of my women who are operating in the spirit of Sarah, our ancestors, our righteous mothers and matriarchs, the Proverbs 31 women. I love you. But when I see that woman that's operating in a masculine spirit, who's acting like a dude, who's dressing and having mannerism like men, who have nothing to say but positive, negative things about men, I don't have nothing to do with you. I don't fool with women like that. Because that's a spirit of witchcraft and sorcery. And that sisterhood witchery stuff, I don't play that. I am about the law and the statutes and the commandments of the Most High and the Ruach HaKodesh, and spending my days trying to figure out how we going to get these curses off of us, because both of us, both men and women, are stinking before the Most High's nostrils, because we're full of sin, hatred, wickedness, evil, malice, and unforgiveness. That's the biggest problem. Unforgiveness. We're full of it. We're full of it. And that's what he smells on both us men and women. So if we don't learn to forgive each other, if we don't learn to love each other, if we don't learn to go back and read what the word says about how we should be operating and controlling ourselves as men and women of Yah, then we're going to be messed up here. Because if Kevin Samuels is the only person on this planet that we have to take advice from, then I'm afraid the whole act of procreation is going to stop. Because men are going to be with men and women are going to be laying with women. And that is not the Most High's wishes upon neither one of us. He desires for us to move and operate in love and in unity. A man with a woman. That's what he desires. He desires a sister to love another brother as if it's her own blood brother, even if she's no connection to him. She's to show him that respect, and he is to show her that respect as if she is his sister that he grew up in the house with. That's the love of the Ruach HaKodesh that comes from the Most High. Love thy neighbor as I love thyself. You can't love your sisters. You can't love your neighbor. You can't love your brother. What's wrong with us? What's wrong? So, for all of you that have commented on that post that I put up about Kevin Samuels, some of the brothers have come back, well, the women, this and the women. Look, it's not about that. It's about us taking the wise counsel that comes from the men and the sons and daughters of Yahuwah, according to his word and his law. That's who we need to be taking a wise counsel from. The people that's going to line these situations up with what the word says and not what they feeling, because somebody's been divorced multiple times and he's still mad and haven't got healed, okay? There are people out here that have not got healed from their trauma. And so they're taking their trauma and they're turning it and twisting it into a religion and a doctrine and giving you advice based off of their trauma and not based off of what the truth of the word Most High says. This is what we're needed to be fighting against. Beware of these type of people, okay? So, for some of you who've known me for over all times, you've seen me on here multiple times, preaching and teaching against the spirit of feminism, talking to women about how they need to behave themselves. You've seen me do this. The word says, let the older women teach the younger women how to love their husbands, how to be keepers of their home, how to be nurturers of their children. And according to the word and the laws of the Most High, this is what we are supposed to be doing. And some of you men are getting pissed because you feel like a woman needs to listen to you telling you about how she needs to be a woman. That's not how the Most High set it up. Another woman is the only woman that can show a woman how to be a woman. Okay? Now, that does not mean that we're not supposed to pay attention to the wise counsel that comes from your mouth when you're speaking the word of Yah when it comes to our behavior. Yes, we are. But the word specifically said that the older women were to teach the younger women. And I'm sorry and I apologize that we don't have enough older women out here that are righteous enough to do it because they still in the club shaking their ass, because they still want to be the new winner, because they still want to be up front and center chasing down dudes and drinking and getting high and smoking and partying with their children and forgetting about the values that they should be teaching their daughters and their grandchildren. My apologies for that. But guess what? We got men out here that need to be doing the same thing for some of these young brothers. They need to be teaching them how to be men of Yahuwah, how to walk in the spirit of the Ruach HaKodesh, teaching them how to be providers, teaching them how to be secure and sound word and doctrine coming out of their mouths and not speaking all this wayward mess that don't have nothing to do with the truth. You need to be teaching them how to pull their pants up. You need to be teaching them how to stop going around here wearing all these feminine colors and dressing up in their mama's clothes. And damn what the mama say. I am not one of these women that sit up and love their sons or love their nephews or love homosexual men so much that I will jump on another man for correcting him. Because why? I don't play that gay stuff. I don't play it. I don't care if it's who it's coming from. I don't care if my niece is gay, if my nephew is gay, they will tell you personally that I've checked them for that lifestyle. And a lot of women are agreeing with it because that's my son. He's free to be who he wants to be. We need to, well, you know what? Guess what? You going to hell for endorsing that stuff. You're endorsing it. And so when a real man steps up to try to stop that behavior, I dare you to open your mouth and say anything. Let that man teach that little boy how to be a man and stop 𝒲𝒶𝓎ing these children. Stop 𝒲𝒶𝓎ing these boys. A boy does not have a right to sit up and behave like a woman. He shouldn't be taking on the feminine mannerisms of his mother. Okay? Just like a girl should not be taking on the masculine qualities of her father. She's not supposed to be out here slamming dunking on the rim, slam dunking. She's not supposed to be out here chasing and kicking footballs and rolling around in the dirt and wearing man clothes and man's tennis shoes and talking about what's up, my nigga, and you giving her dap and y'all smoking blunts together and you the father. Do you see how we screwed this thing up? So I dare you all to sit up and say that somebody like Kevin Samuels has a right to show us how to put this thing back together again. Only the Most High has the ability and the rules and the law and the word and the spirit to know how to put Humpty Dumpty back together again. Because we're a bunch of broken pieces here. Okay? And according to Deuteronomy 28, it tells you why we're broken pieces. Because he's put curses on us because of our disobedience. So that's the word for today. All right? Let the Most High word of his law put the house of Israel and these black women and these black men back together again and stop taking the advice of these feminist men and these feminist women and these homosexuals and these lesbians and these in the closet niggas and these out of the closet niggas and then sit up and have something to say when a woman like me calls it for what it is. I'm calling it for what it is. And if you men want to run out and defend that behavior and defend this man and uplift his speech, then you are also the spirit of an effeminate. And the Most High said he hates an effeminate because an effeminate spirit comes from the Queen of Heaven, which is a demon that is reigning and ruling over this place called Babylon. So I hope that sums it all up in a nutshell. And from now on, when I post something that has something to do with the spirit of the feminism or the Queen of Heavens or homosexuality or lesbianism, if you don't like it, then you ain't got to lump it. You can leave it and move around. Just block me. Just block me, because that's my post. That's what I'm going to put on. And everything that I put up, I promise you, it's going to make sense when it comes to the word of the Most High, because that's who guides and leads me and the rest of these people who are trying to get out of the Babylonian system, who wants to know what the word of the Most High says about how we are supposed to be living our everyday life. I'm not the least bit concerned about what a 65 man has to tell me about how I'm supposed to be living as a woman, because I'm a woman. I know how to live as a woman. That's what the Most High left us Proverb 31 for. That's why he left Sarah. That's why he left Rebecca. That's why he left his law. That's why he left his word, to show us how we're supposed to be living. And there has been evil and wicked men on this earth since the beginning of time. And ain't nothing going to change that. Only the ones that seek after the Most High will call themselves to come up out of this vomit. Okay? So I'm sorry, it's not all bunch of great guys and a bunch of great women on this planet. But guess what? Even in the days of Noah, when there were only 8 people saved, Most High told Noah to go and choose a rib for his sons. Okay? He had 3 sons. He's like, I have a place where I've appointed you to go and find those 3 women for your wife. So now we're living in the days of Noah. You better pray and ask the Most High to show you who your rib is. And if you're a woman, you need to pray and ask him, whose rib do you belong to? Okay? The same way Noah and them had to do it. The same way Abraham had to send a servant out to find Isaac's wife. And Abraham said, how will I know whose wife who this woman is that belongs to Isaac? That should be his wife. And the Most High said, look for the woman who's bearing a pitcher of water, because this woman has already been consecrated and chosen for Isaac. And so he caught that woman, he brought her back, he told her about the wonderful things that Isaac had prepared for her and how he would provide for her all the provisions that she needed. Get it? Provider, provisions. And guess what? That's what a man's supposed to do. He didn't come to her and say, Rebecca, what do you bring to the table? Because we need to know before we bring you back if you got any money, if you got a career, if you got a master's degree, if you got a house, how many cars you got, before we bring you back to Isaac, because we gonna need you to take care of Isaac. That's not what the servant said. He put the golden bracelet upon her wrist, and it said, if you come back with me, he said, there is this and much more that my master will be able to provide for you. That's how that go. Boom. See? Now Kevin Samuels is going to tell you to ask that woman what she going to bring to the table. Because why? He a woman in his spirit. And a woman always wants to know, will this man be able to provide for me? Will this man be able to keep a roof over my head? Will this man be a provider if I give him children? Will my children starve? Will they not eat? Or will they eat? Will he make sure that they are clothed? Because why? Then according to the word, that's what he's supposed to do. Now, when it comes to a man and he chooses a wife, he gonna say, will this woman grieve me? Will she speak to me harshly? Will she always trouble my spirit so that she will be like rottenness unto my bone? Will she know when to be quiet? Will she know when to nurture me when I'm hurt, when I'm broken? Will she know when to comfort me when I had a hard day outside at job and on work and coming in? Will she know the right humble words to say to me? Or will she cuss me out as soon as I come through the door? Or will she start to degrade me and belittle me because she feels that she wants this and she wants that? See, the righteous man seeketh after the things of a Proverbs 31 woman. So he gonna question these things about a woman. But guess what? If he can't find these things in a woman, he's not gonna go on a roll call on social media talking about how a woman ain't shit. Why? Because he knows that there's always been evil women in this world, just like there's always been evil men in this world. And so therefore we must go to our Creator and ask him who is his rib. That's what he has to ask the Most High. Who is his rib? Who have you assigned to me as my wife on this earth, just like you assigned Isaac a wife who is Rebecca? Who is this man? Who is this woman that you have assigned to me? That's what the man needs to be asking. Just like Abraham was assigned Sarah. Sarah. Just like Abraham was assigned Sarah, he can assign you as a man a wonderful Sarah-filled, Holy Ghost, Holy Ruach-filled, righteous woman that's humble and know how to respect her wife, her husband. How about that? He can give you that same gift that he gave Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. But remember, his word says this, and I want you men to listen very, very closely. His word says this. It says that a righteous woman is given unto a goodly man, but a wicked woman is given to an ungodly man. So if you have not found a righteous woman and you keep getting wicked women, then maybe you need to go and ask the Most High, are you godly enough? Are you righteous enough? Because you keep getting the fruits of your labor. If you're wicked, you're going to keep getting wicked women coming to you. If you're righteous, the Most High promised in his word that he will give you a good, righteous woman. So if you haven't found that yet, then go double check your walk with the Most High. And stop sitting up here spending up all your time spitting out poison about how a woman ain't shit. Because I promise you, I will not spend my days spitting out time about how a man ain't shit. Because I love my brothers. I have 26 nieces and nephews. 23 of them are male. Men, boys, nephews. Yes, it's a lot of men in my family. And I love them all. So I would not dare create a spirit of root of bitterness in me to make me find anything within myself to tear down my nephews and my 4 beautiful, handsome grandsons. Okay? I want my grandsons to be righteous. I want my grandsons to get righteous women. They have one little sister, and she's covered because she got 4 brothers, and her father and her mother are with them. But one day I had to chastise my little 7-year-old beautiful granddaughter, and I had to tell her because every time her brothers would ask her a question, she would snap them up. What? What are you asking me that for? And I looked at her and I said, what are you doing? What are you doing? And she looked at me like she had saw lightning strike out of her grandmother. And I said, let me tell you something. I said, your brothers love you. I said, your brothers always speak to you in a humble manner. I said, your brothers never raise their voice at you. I said, and whatever you need help with, they're always willing to assist you. I said, and I dare you sit up here and get snappy and smart-mouthed and suck up your brothers like they don't mean anything. I said, you respect them, because if I can teach her to respect her brothers, when she gets married, she'll learn to respect her husband. Do you get the point? I said, we don't want no fly-mouth sassy girls running around here. We got enough of them in Babylon, and you will not be one of them. See, that's the whole point. And her father, he takes meticulous time to make sure that she knows that. Okay? And I'm like, just because your brothers are kind to you, don't you take that as a sign of thinking that you have the right to dominate over them and talk to them any kind of way. You speak to them with respect. And I have a brother. I got a brother. My brother is 7 years younger than me, but I have never raised my voice at my brother. I've never snapped at my brother. I've never went off on my brother. No matter how much I may have been feeling certain ways, I withheld myself because I had to respect the fact that he was a man and he's a man of Yahuwah. I had to respect that, and I could not speak to him as if he was just my little baby brother. It don't work that way. So we have to understand there is an order that the Most High requires us to follow. And as the women and the men of Yehuda, we are to speak to each other with respect, and we are to honor each other with respect. That's bottom line. Bottom line. So I hope that what I just said, out of all of this time, you guys are dropping this Kevin Samuel stuff and you spreading his advice, you spreading what he's saying about women, and you thinking he's the truth, then spread this video, because this is sure enough the damn truth. This is the truth that comes from the word of the Most High, and it can't get no more truer and no more fact than this. And if you're not a fair person, you ain't gonna share this video, because you're gonna still leave away with your one-sided mind about how a woman ain't shit or about how a man ain't shit. And that's not how the Most High looking at it. He looking at both of us. As long as we remain in our sins and these curses are upon us and we refuse to turn back to what his word says, neither one of us ain't shit. How about that? Now, I think that's about as fair and even as it can get, straight across the plane. Just mow that straight even, because that's what that is. And until we ascend back to our righteousness of where we came from, cannot neither one of us say anything about how we're acting. We just got to do our best and humble ourselves and ask the Most High to fix us both as a whole, so that both men and women, both husband and wives, can rule and walk in harmony and in peace and in love, which is something that I'm noticing. A lot of these people that are on these social media platforms, they ain't got enough love. They don't have enough love for each other. A man don't love a woman like he should love a woman. A woman don't even love a man like she should love a man. And then when it gets to that point, it's really sad. It's truly sad. We're in a bad state. We're in a bad state. But if we humble ourselves and we turn from our wicked ways and we repent to the Most High for our twisted like behaviors and thoughts and actions and lifestyle, then he can heal us and he can make us be better. And we can rise up and be a strong and mighty people. Shalom. May the Most High bless you, and may you continue to walk to understand how he wants you to live your life.